Have you ever wanted to quit your job but didn't because you need the money? How much money would you need to have saved so you never had to work another day in your life? I'll tell you how to figure it out today, and we're starting right now. What's up, everybody? I'm Nadav Reese, the financially savvy parent that you always wish you had. At some point during your day, fed up with the hassles of your job, you probably thought to yourself, oh, I wish I could just quit and never come back here again. You would likely much rather be spending your days doing things that you love, like traveling, spending time with your friends, and working on personal projects that are near and dear to your heart. In the world of personal finance, we call that retirement. It could actually also be called unemployment. The difference is whether you need to worry about money in the future or not. So if you're fed up with your job, let's consider retirement. To actually be able to retire, you need to make sure that you never have to worry about money again. If you do have enough money, then you can retire today with the peace of mind that you never have to deal with those irritating managers or customers ever again. Do you have enough? Let's figure it out. But first, if you want to help your family develop a healthy relationship with money and grow wealthy enough to be able to help your future generations, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. It's not all that hard to do, and I'll teach you what you need to know, and we will take this journey together. Great. So how do you know if you have enough money? For that, I introduce the 4% rule. The 4% rule is a financial principle created by a smart fellow named William Bengen. Long story short, Bengen did a whole bunch of research to figure out a rate at which you could consume your retirement savings without ever running out of money. The 4% rule states that a safe annual withdrawal rate from your retirement savings is 4%, hence the name 4% rule. According to Bengen's analysis, withdrawing 4% of your retirement savings will work 100% of the time for retirement of 25 years and 95% of the time for retirement of 30 years. So what does that mean for you? That means if your annual expenses are just 4% of your retirement savings, your savings could allow you to live out the course of your retirement no problem. It's not foolproof, especially if you retire particularly early or you live super long. What Bengen's rule shows is that by consuming just 4% of your savings annually, then you're going to be pretty safe and you have a really good guideline to work with. Now that you know how much you can spend, let's figure out how much you need so you can retire tomorrow or even today. We know we're only going to spend 4%, but 4% of what? An easy way to calculate the amount of money that you need to save for retirement is to multiply your current annual expenses by 25. That's because 100% divided by 4% is 25. If you broke your retirement nest egg into 4% chunks, you would have 25 chunks or 25 years of retirement savings. If you're okay with your current lifestyle, then your current annual expenses are like one of those 25 chunks. So multiply your current annual expenses by 25, and that's the amount of money that you need to save for retirement. As an example, let's say you live on $40,000 a year. If you split your retirement nest egg into 25 portions, one for each year, then each portion is worth $40,000. With our high school math skills, if you multiply $40,000 by 25, that is the amount of money that you need to save for retirement. And you thought those high school math skills would never come in handy. To calculate your retirement savings goal, multiply $40,000 by 25 and you get $1 million. That means you'll need $1 million of retirement savings in order to be able to pull out $40,000 a year for 25 years. Now this works for any level of expenses. Just multiply your annual expenses by 25 and that's the amount of money that you need to save for retirement. Now if you already have that much money saved up, then you can retire today. Now if you're already there, then I congratulate you on your accomplishment. You can stop the video and go ahead and enjoy your retirement activities. Now if you're like most of us and not at that point yet, let's keep going and we'll figure out when you can actually retire. Let's start by calculating your savings rate. Your annual income is made up entirely of what you spend and what you save. You either spend it or you save it. That's it. So again, for our example, let's say you make $40,000 a year and you save $10,000 a year. That means you spend $30,000 a year. The part that you spend is your spending rate, and the part that you save is your saving rate. Pretty simple. If you are saving $10,000 of that $40,000, then your savings rate is 25%. If you're spending $30,000 of the $40,000, then your spending rate is 75%. Your annual income is broken into 75% spending rate and 25% savings rate. You either spend it or you save it. So when do we get to retire? Figuring out when you'll actually be able to retire is slightly more complex because it depends on how much money you already have saved, what your expense level is, and what your savings rate is. Now, luckily, there are a whole bunch of calculators online that'll help you figure this out easily. You can Google Fire Retirement Calculator. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The FIRE movement is made up of people that are saving so as to become financially independent and be able to live the way that they want. Some of those people also go on to retire early. Having financial independence as a goal tends to focus on your savings rate and knowing what your savings goal is. Once you reach your retirement savings goal, you're free to decide whether you work or not. You decide how you spend your day because you have enough money to live out the rest of your life. Because this focus is on the forefront of the minds of those people in the FIRE movement, there are a whole bunch of calculators to help you figure out the information that you need. Just input your annual income and your savings rate and that information into one of these calculators, and it'll tell you what your retirement savings goal is. When you can retire depends on what your goal is and how close you are to it. Maybe you can actually retire tomorrow. But either way, having a focus on what you save and what you spend is the best way to retire from your annoying job as soon as possible. As a side note, if you do plan to retire early, or for whatever reason expect to live a longer than average life, then you can use 3% instead of 4%. That'll give you a little extra cushion to decrease the likelihood that you run out of money. Meaning, your annual expenses will be just 3% of your retirement savings. So therefore, if you were to break up your retirement savings into 3% chunks, there would be 33.3 chunks or 33.3 years. So you want to multiply your annual expenses by 33.3, and that will be your retirement savings goal. Whether it be 3% or 4%, do whatever works best for your situation. After all, personal finance is exactly that, personal. Retirement savings and personal finance can feel like a scary, mysterious unknown, but it's easier than you think. Today we use a little bit of high school math and some Googling to figure out when you'd be able to retire. It's pretty simple. Please speak with a certified financial expert, particularly one that's familiar with the FIRE movement, and they'll help you make a plan for your retirement. That'll help you when times get tough and those annoying customers and managers get on your nerves. If you keep watching these videos and you learn these concepts, before too long, you too will be a financially savvy parent. Go ahead and click up here for a playlist that'll give you the skills that you need to master your personal finances. Go ahead and click down here for another video that'll help you and your family develop a healthy relationship with money. I'm Nadav Reese, a financially savvy parent that you always wish you had. I appreciate you joining the family, and I look forward to walking down this financial journey along with you.